Hello designers, this is Angie from Raven's Design Academy. Welcome back if you're already subscribed, and welcome here if you're new. In the last two videos of this series, we went over all types of VRay camera views. We talked about setting up a perspective, we talked about rendering a 360 panorama view and how to use it. We also talked about rendering a plan view in perspective and in parallel projection. In today's video, which is the final part of this series, we'll talk about section cuts and VRay's mesh clipper. Starting from where we left off in the last video, I'll just reset my field of view to 45 and re-add the ceiling to prep this model for a section cut render. I'll also delete this old section marker from when I did the written tutorial a few months ago. You can find the written tutorial linked down below, by the way. Now let's see where we want to add the new section, because placement is key here. You'll want to cut open a section in an important part of your model, but without sacrificing too many elements in your design. When I look at the model from above, I have two different widths to the room, and the area with the least objects to slice through is the wider part, so that's where I'll place my section cut. To add a section cut to a model, you'll need the section toolbar, which looks like this. When you click the first button in the toolbar, which is the section plane, you'll be prompted to name your section if you're using a more recent version of Sketchup. The section plane is basically a plane that snaps to any of the three axes we have in Sketchup. You can place it basically anywhere outside of your model. So I'll place it next to the wall I'm choosing to slice through. After you place this section plane, it will stick to the axis you placed it on, and you can move it using the move tool forward or back as you see fit. I'll click the plane using the move tool, and I'll input 150 millimeters because I want it to cut right at the wall. Now to align your camera with the plane, just right-click the plane and choose Align View. You can also click the Zoom Extend tool to fix the camera right at the borders of your plane. A section plane can be a bit annoying when you want to click through it, but you can hide it using the toolbar by clicking the Display Section Planes button. If a section plane cuts through objects, you'll need to hide them in order for your render to come out looking neat. Now that we have ourselves a section here, let's talk about camera views. Just like when rendering a plan view, you'll need to set your aspect ratio depending on the size of your section cut. In this case, I'll go with a 1:1 square aspect ratio, and I'll turn on the safe frame to align the edges of the frame and the cut. You can render a section cut using two main camera views: parallel projection, which makes your render flat, or you can render your section in perspective camera mode. If you choose to render in perspective, I really recommend setting your field of view to 10. This will give your space a more realistic depth and get rid of any object distortion. Always try to zoom in as much as possible, or to the point where the edge of your safe frame aligns with the outer edge of your wall, so you don't want to waste any pixels on that space. To turn off your section cut, you can simply do that by clicking the Display Section Cuts button on the toolbar. You see these two blackout areas here? They're automatically generated by the section tool. You can turn them on and off from the Display Section Fill button in the toolbar. They're useful if you want to export a section cut image, but useless when you render a section cut with VRay. That's all we can talk about in regards to SketchUp's section tool, so I'll put the toolbar away. Oh, and if you want to fill in the wall or ceiling gaps, a rectangle tool won't work. But I'll show you how you can fill in all of these gaps using the VRay Mesh Clipper widget. VRay's Mesh Clipper is basically how VRay reads a section plane. You can find the settings for it by launching the Asset Editor and navigating to the Geometries tab. You'll find all your sections, fur widgets, and proxies here, and it's wise to name them so you don't get confused. For now, I'll ignore the parameters rollout since the default configuration is alright, but we'll need to adjust a couple of things in the options rollout. First, enable camera rays only and disable effect light. What this will do is that it will allow me to render this section cut without any exterior light sources interfering with my render. As in, VRay will not treat this as an opening where sunlight or any environment light can get in through. This will also affect all reflective surfaces and mirrors. The HDRI from my dome light is visible as a background, so I'll need to hide that. And you can see the environment light is affecting the exterior of the room, but not the interior. This will come in handy if you have a building model with a designed exterior. I'll set the dome light to invisible, and this should fix the background issue. I also forgot about this toilet paper roll, so I'll hide that too. Now I'm ready for a full test render. And there you have it. Of course, this image cannot be the final since the floor, walls, and ceiling are looking a little bit too rough around the edges, pun intended. So some post-production is needed. I'll give this scene another render, but in parallel projection. And I'll also show you how to add in a section cut, fill, via VRay itself. If you head to Mesh Clipper's parameters rollout, you'll see that Use Object Material is enabled. Disable that and you'll get to choose what type of material you want to use. What this refers to is that what type of material you want to use to fill out the cut itself. I always go for a black color because it's easier to play around with in Photoshop. This time around, I'll just remove SketchUp's section fill, so you can see for yourselves that it's basically useless when rendering. Here's how a raw render output looks like. all is well, but the floor is a bit glitchy. Here's how it looks after post-production. Now last but not least, here's a bonus tip. Basically, you can render a regular perspective using VRay Mesh Clipper in tight spaces or corners, as in you can cut out a section of your space and place your camera to get a better view of the room. As you can see, placing a camera in this corner is not going to give me a proper wide perspective, no matter what my field of view is or my aspect ratio. So what I'm going to do is, I'll put in a section cut, so on the side of the model that I want to render as a perspective. I'll then use the rotate tool and rotate this section cut to give me the angle that I need. After that, I'll use the move tool to move the section cut to its final position. This may take a few tries to get right, but it's worth it if you can render your space without any awkward angles. After you set the section cut up, it's just a matter of setting up the scene like you usually do. Hide the elements that are in the way, fix your field of view, and set the aspect ratio so it doesn't show the borders of the cut. Just don't forget to rename the Mesh Clipper widgets to avoid confusion. Before I start this render, I'm going to add in a bit of interest using depth of field. If you'd like a tutorial on using depth of field, let me know in the comments down below this video. Here's the final output without any post-production. You can't tell that I've cut out a portion of the wall just to make this perspective happen. And that's it for the final part of this series. Make sure you like this video if you found it useful and subscribe if you aren't to get more videos like this every week. And if you've been here a while and my content has helped you in one way or another, please consider supporting me on Patreon, where you'll get all my render-ready tutorial models, high-quality textures and components as a gift every month. Thank you for watching and happy designing.